Exo Nation, you're listening to the track from our new CD, The Music of the Exo. It's available on Amazon.com. And this track is entitled Laura's Theme. My guest this hour is Richard P. Jackson. His website is www.richardpjackson.com. Rich, during the break, you and I were talking about how to prevent the negativity from coming into your life, the negative spirits. And you were saying that the old saying, cleanliness is close to godliness, isn't really that far off.
No, we're talking in cases that smells and foul smells are often a sign of really nasty spirits. Likewise, what gets rid of them? Things of a clean nature, even in thought. The idea of Christ, God's brightest light, is actually Jesus' name, is the Christ, the bright light, as well as the salt, as well as even garlic's worked on a case I was mentioning to you that Ed and I were on with an attack on a young girl in a really pristine family, and the only thing that worked after several exorcisms was putting garlic all over the house. Was it coincidental? I don't know, but that isn't the only time it helped. It's really about keeping thoughts and other things pure and not at cross purposes. When there's more dust and negativity in a house, is there more likely to kind of induce spiritual negativity? Yes, it actually does. Not only about the mind being cluttered, but just the idea of keeping things in order and right and clean and having control over your environment to an extent is all part of keeping negativity out with the thought of, the heck with everything, let it go, it doesn't matter. That kind of thinking, when it plays out to how people behave, always seems to tilt a little bit more towards the negative. One of the things I can just squeeze it in, Rob, is, and I learned this from my friend Thelma Moss, who passed long ago, who started the UCLA School of Parapsychology, and one of her cases was the movie The Entity. And it was about an incubus attack, very, very true. And what she was talking to me about was the incidence of cancer in very haunted areas is way up, way up over the norm, because of negativity and because anything that can make knocks and appear in photos, guess what? They can affect cellular growth too. So I tell people, be careful about where you go and what you ask for, because you might get it.
Rich, we've got to say so long very shortly, but within 30 seconds, tell me about your most important work to date.
My most important work to date, I believe, is the correlation with people about the fact that despite what they believe in, just saying something good and putting it out there, whether they call it a prayer or affirmation, it really does change the world, and I'm not a preachy preacher. I happen to be a minister, but saying something nice, especially asking something about something good happening to people suffering who you may never know or meet, does a world of good. We're all connected.
Rich, as always, great talking to you, my friend. Continued success. I know you've got a couple of books coming out. We'll look forward to having you back on in the future. But until then, take care of yourself, and thanks for all the great things that you do for all the people who need help and who you help go to the light.
Well, Rob, you're one of those people that does a lot of good, too, and God bless you and all the listeners out there. Take care.
Take care, buddy. Exo Nation, my guest this hour has been Richard P. Jackson. His website is www.richardpjackson.com. When I come back from the news at 6.5 minutes past the top of the hour, more from the X Zone. We're going to be talking about the digital side of death. We've got a lawyer coming on to tell you how to protect yourself digitally from when you go to the other side. My name's Rob McConnell. Don't go away.